Hi everyone, today I'm doing a video for you that I promised to do a long time ago, and I'm just getting around to it now. It's been a little bit crazy with all the free shipping days and the great deals we have on some of our products at the moment. If you haven't checked those out, make sure you go to my website and have a look at what is on special at the moment, and also what's retiring from the current holiday catalogue. This little project was one I did for a class, and what we did was decorated the mini pizza boxes, and we also made a concertina card that folded up and fitted perfectly inside the box. So today I wanted to specifically give you the measurements of the concertina card and also show you the version that we did for the class. So in order to make this card that folds a little bit like an accordion card, it's actually got 6 sections to it. You need one A4 sheet of cardstock, and I'll be using the cherry cobbler today because I've actually run out of real red. I've been using that so much for my Christmas crafting, but cherry cobbler's a gorgeous colour as well. You could do yours in any colour. So this is an A4 sheet, and I'm using my Stampin' Up trimmer, paper trimmer. And I'm going to be cutting lengthways, so with the short side at the top of my trimmer, I'm going to slice it down at 7.5 centimetres. And then I'm actually going to do another section that is also 7.5 centimetres wide. You'll end up with an extra part that looks like this, and you can either use this for decorating your card or use it for something else, maybe to make some little tags. So set that aside, you won't need that for this project. What you're going to do now is you're going to do some score some lines at that 7.5 centimetre mark going along the long side. So we're going to create squares of 7.5 centimetres squared. So I'm using my scoring tool this time and just scoring it along, measuring exactly 7.5 centimetres each time where that last line was. And you should end up with 4 squares. Do the same then with the other section. So 7.5 centimetres all the way down. So you get these 2 bits that look exactly the same. So there's our squares. Now you can actually make these a little bit more distinct if you're wanting to. So I'm just going to fold them, and you want to have them actually going opposite ways each time, because remember you're creating a concertina. So I would have my bone folder. If I had my bone folder handy, that's what I'd be using. But this is just a sample for you. So what you need to do now, because you'll actually end up with too many squares. Remember I said there was 6 squares on the card. So let me just fold it out for you. You can see this is the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What you're going to do with one of these, on one of these sections, is you're going to slice 1 square off the edge. So just put the score line directly in the track of your trimmer and use your cutting blade and cut that square off. Okay, then you'll end up with one that has 3 squares and another one that has the 4 squares. What you're going to do then is create your concertina card. So how you do that and how you create the 6 squares altogether is by doubling these 2 over. And I use some of the Tombow glue to do that. You'll want to get the Tombow glue on the underside of the square. I'm just going to, use one other end. Isn't it always the way when you're filming that your glue doesn't work? There we go. We're standing on the other end. So that's about what you want. You actually want to put it right to the edges. So I'm going to use the little nozzle to sort of smear it. You want that to be a really strong hold. So what I recommend is once you've got these together, that you put it to the side for a little while so that it has time to dry. And I'll just carefully show you what happens. You do in fact end up with the card with the 6 sections, and there's the doubled over section there. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 squares, and you'll notice that the whole card then folds down together like that. So I recommend that you set that aside to dry for a little while you're deciding how to decorate it. The one I had shown you just earlier, let me just get this out of the way. This one actually only has one side to it because it's a gift for somebody, and what I've done is I've decorated the front of it with our letters, our Big Shot alphabet. I've also used one of the Stitched Shapes framelit circles, and I've cut that. I cut the Whisper White and also the vellum with that. So that kind of continues on the theme of the circles, but the other side is blank, and I've written my little message on the other side as well. So you can use it as a gift, and as I said, it fits beautifully inside the box. I'll give you these measurements in a second. The alternative is, though, if you wanted to make it for yourself and have it on display on your mantelpiece or your kitchen windowsill, you could decorate one side as I have done, but then on the other side, if you flip it over, you'll see you can put photos, you can have a little pocket with some journaling or a little message, and so you can actually decorate both sides of this, and it will still fold together so that you can fit it inside your pizza box. And what I've done here is I've used the tab punch with some of our silver foil, and I've punched a hole in that and then used some of the jute twine to hold it together. So when you're presenting it to the recipient, you can actually have all that tied together and have it all nice and neat and tidy. So this is how it goes in the box. You've got your pizza box and decorated however you want. Obviously, you probably want it matching the gift that's inside. I'm going to pop that in there, and the pizza box just closes over the top like that. Super easy. I've also wrapped around some of the twine to hold it together. Pizza boxes actually hold together quite well, and they don't need any adhesive. The great news is that they are on our carryover list, which I'll be publishing on my blog and probably below this video. So have a look at that. They're the items that are coming, well, they'll be still available next year from January 3rd once the holiday catalogue retires. So let me tell you about the measurements that I mentioned before. Because we have 7.5 by 7.5 centimetre squares on our Concertina card, what we need for the pieces of cardstock and paper that go on the inside, we need some to be 7 by 7, so they'll just fit snugly inside each of the squares. So you can cut those embellishments 7 centimetres by 7 centimetres. The next smallest size though, when you're over the page, say you're making this one, and you're wanting, for example, to create a little pocket like this, and I've used my circle punch. I think I've used the 1 3/4 inch circle punch to make that little hole there. That size cardstock though is one step smaller, so we're going 6.5 by 6.5. And for the little tag, smaller again, 5 centimetres by 5 centimetres, and that's going to fit nice and snugly in there, being a centimetre smaller than what's surrounding it. You need to leave room for this little pocket to have some tear and tape around the very edges to hold it there so that this can slide in and out easily too. So just remember that. I'll have all these measurements on my blog, as I said. Now for the front of your pizza box, your mini pizza box, these measurements, the largest square that fits on the top is 9 by 9 centimetres, and then you're going to cut that black section that you can see under the foil doily there. You're going to cut that 8 by 8. So that's it. I've used a couple of other stamp sets, but as I said, you can use whatever you've got at home, and I'll give you the full details on my blog. I hope you enjoyed enjoyed my video today, and I hope you have a go at these, especially now that we know the pizza boxes are going to be available. You can decorate them not just for Christmas now, but for all sorts of gift ideas, and great little scrapbooking idea too if you want to make a mini album for somebody, somebody that's been on a trip or who has had a special event in their life. It would make a great gift idea. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.